It's less than a week until Total War Rome Remastered is released to the general public, and I've been thinking about a quote that I said during my other channel's video. Let's have a listen. That Rome Total War was the first cinematic 3D strategy game. Now, you heard me just say that Rome Total War was the first 3D strategy game that was cinematic. Now, what do I mean by that? What I mean is, it was the first 3D strategy game that you could put in a film and it would look natural. It would be viewed as film material. And it definitely was, because on the small screen, it was used by time commanders and by the History Channel's Decisive battles to demonstrate ancient warfare and ancient battles.
Now, with new video game technology, you are about to see this great battle as never before.
Why was that? What properties does Rome Total War have that allows it to be used in a film-esque way? This is what this video is about. I'm the War Wanderer. Let's get started, Wanderers. So, to start off with the cinematic feeling of Rome Total War, we of course have to talk about the graphics. And I want to show you this clip again, and I want to show you one of the key aspects of what makes this game feel cinematic. It's the colouring. The colours really pop. Now, from this example, you might be thinking, oh, come on, the Parthians are really, really off-putting with their pink pyjamas. But you cannot deny that you want to look at them. Your eyes want to focus on them because they do pop from the environment around them. And that's really a key part of cinematic feeling, is be able to clearly look at what is the focus of the film. To show an example of this, let's say you're making a short film about this battle line here, this battle going on, and the key part to look at is where the battle is going on. Where is the battle going on? It's going out the front line. Where's the front line? Oh, we can clearly see it because the Scipii blue is completely different to the Gaulish green. Yes, it looks sort of cartoonish, but to the human eye, it's easy to watch. Now, another aspect that helps with that is the lighting. The lighting for a game of its time was state of the art, the shadowing as well. And it just helps the colours to meld a bit better, and it stops it just feeling flat and makes it feel more realistic. I did an experiment to demonstrate how with 2 units, by changing the time of the day, you would get a completely different result of the lighting and shadowing on them. And I have to say that the experiment was quite successful. It really showed off the effort that had gone into showing what are the highlights of the unit, with the armour. Where was the shadowing supposed to be depending on the light source? It was really effective, and at the time I can see why it was seen as so modern. And why is this important? Well, let's think about TV shows and films. What is a key aspect that they all use? It's lighting. Why is lighting used? It's to focus the viewer's eye on what the TV show or film wants them to focus on. And that's why the lighting in Rome Total War really adds that cinematic feeling. Finally, a simple reason why the graphics were so effective in feeling cinematic is simply down to scale. No other RTS game had managed to have so many 3D sprites on one battlefield, and that must have attracted production teams because that is a very, very useful tool. Now, the second aspect I want to talk about is animations. For a cinematic feel, animations have to be smooth, and that's exactly what Rome Total War animations are for the most part. Now, of course, there are some outliers, but for the most part, it's very smooth, and they must have used some motion tracking because they're really spot on. But let's also think about, why was Rome Total War used by these TV shows like Decisive Battles and Time Commanders? It's because they wanted to show off different styles of ancient warfare, looking at how the legionaries fought and how the phalanxes fought, for instance. And that's what Rome Total War also does as well. It has different variation of animations. If they had just one set of very smooth animations, that would not be good enough. They needed to have several sets of different animations that were very smooth. So that's why animations are so important to making it feel cinematic. Creative Assembly agrees with me. Ever since Rome Total War, the motion tracking team has been expanded by CA.
And the company at that time decided it would be the right time to invest in having our own facility and our own premises.
This is because they know the smoother and more numerous variation of animations that you have, the more epic and cinematic your game appears. That's why animations are at number 2 on my list. Now the next point I want to talk about is the camera. Not many RTSs at this point would allow you to zoom in so close into your own units and see them fighting, and be able to track them so effectively when they're moving. Let's look at a few examples, like look at here's Praetorian and here's Dawn of War. You cannot really zoom that far into units, or if you can, it's very hard to follow them along their movements. While Rome Total War, you can see me follow this cav unit quite seamlessly, just going along its normal path, and I can zoom right into the action when my own units are fighting. That really adds to the feeling that you're there, and it gives that cinematic feeling of as if you're watching a battle with your own eyes. That's why the camera is number 3 on this list. Last but not least, the music. The music definitely gives it a cinematic feeling. Why does it? Well, the first reason is that it's bloody epic music, and there's a reason why it won a BAFTA. Jeff Van Dyke really pushed the boat out here. Yes, he already won an award for the Shogun Total War soundtrack, but for Rome Total War, he went all out. Not only did he get his big boots of musical magic on, but he also got his wife involved. She voices a lot of the vocals that you hear in the music. Now, it's not just the music quality that makes it feel cinematic, but it's also how the music is used. Let's look at a normal battle. You can see here I start off not moving, and the starting music gives you a feeling of trepidation or anticipation of the battle to come. Now, when I start to move my units, the music gives a feeling of marching into danger or of just of general movement. Then when we make contact with the unit, you feel like you've entered the soul of the battle. Metal clanging, chaos ensuing, desperation grips your soul as you make split decisions. And then, when we pull off, the music returns to whatever state the game is in. So the music is flexible. It's not just one soundtrack for the entire battle, which would just be boring and you get very bored of it. It uses a very limited amount of tracks to make the game feel alive. It makes it feel like you're fighting in a movie because the music follows your actions. So that's why the music, not just with its quality, but the way it follows your actions, gives a whole cinematic feeling. And that's it. That's the 4 reasons why I feel Rome Total War is cinematic. From its graphics, to its animations, onto the camera, and finally with the music, they all make an effective cinematic package. No wonder TV production teams wanted to use it in their TV show. If you enjoyed this video, give it a like, subscribe to my channel, and post a comment about why you feel Rome Total War is a cinematic game. Apart from that, see you on out, Wanderers.